Hello and welcome to Chugging Along. I'm Tim.
And I'm Sam.
So yes, thank you very much for your comments on last week's video where we did our longest cruise yet between Birmingham and Wolverhampton, and we also went round our first ever canal roundabout.
It's all part of our long summer journey from Field to Llangollen, and in today's vlog we start in Wolverhampton at Alderley Junction on the Staffs and Worcester Canal as we turn onto the much loved Shropshire Union Canal.
We are leaving cities behind for now as we go into the countryside. The destination in today's video is the village of Nosl in Staffordshire. We also get into a mooring pickle that could have done some serious damage to our boat.
On the positive side, we actually got the cheapest diesel we've ever had, and by quite a long way too. We're used to paying about 90p a litre, so hold on tight. If you like penny pinching, you're in for a treat.
So let's get into these 2 days of cruising. So we start at Alderley Junction in the city of Wolverhampton. Sam wasn't on board at this point because she was getting a chugging along style drone shot of the Mary L turning onto the Shropshire Union Canal.
We need to top up our water. Mariel has a slight list to one side, and it's even more apparent when she's low in water. Luckily, there's a water point just after Alderley Lock. Alderley Lock is an extremely shallow lock, and we're guessing that's to do with it being a toll lock, when the canals were companies in competition with each other. You can even see a toll booth.
You'll see that the locks on the Shroppie are grey. I have a theory that that came about because when they were painting the gates, they realised they were low on black paint and they had a surplus of white paint. So in the end, they had to mix the black paint with the leftover white paint, making these wonderful grey gates that you see today. Yes, it's quite a big one.
The first day's cruise was very short. Soon after we left Wolverhampton, we decided to moor up for the night. We had heard about the famous Shroppie Shelf and quiz winners Malk and Sue. who told us to buy some wheelbarrow wheels, but we couldn't really visualise what the Shroppie Shelf was or why we needed to.
So there was a concrete shelf that was digging into the side of our boat. This would have been really bad if lots of boats were passing us and creating a wash and making us bang into it constantly. Luckily, we arrived late at night and will be setting off in the morning, so it didn't affect us too badly. We did have a couple of boats pass us though, and it really didn't make a great sound. Go on then, how shallow is it?
Let's have a look. Oh my god, there's not much there.
That's it.
Oh my god, there's barely any water. That's much deeper there.
Is it?
Keeps going down and down.
Right.
Hey.
Yeah.
We now knew that we could only stay on recognised moorings or areas without this style of concrete bank. So, if you don't have wheelbarrow wheels, you can still do the Shropshire Union, but it does limit your options.
Sam made some delicious Ghanaian peanut soup, a hearty evening meal, knowing we had a big day of cruising ahead the next day. It was the summer, when the Euros had just started, but let's just pretend that tournament didn't happen.
We had some great metal bridges in last week's cruise, and in this week's there are plenty of brilliant stone bridges. Here's bridge number 10, just outside of Brood. Bridge 90. Yep. Perfect, that sounds great. Excellent. Thanks very much for that, mate.
So here's an example of the type of moorings that we can stay at. We'll be going to the visitor moorings in Nosl.
We then saw some blue skies and beautiful country scenes as we tackled the lock at Wheaton Aston. This part of the canal is not lock heavy at all, which is such a joy, particularly for me.
We then got our diesel topped up from Turner's at Wheaton Aston, which has been recommended to us in the comments section. It was only 66.9p a litre. We've heard it being cheaper than that, but this is the cheapest we've ever had, beating our previous record of 75p from Aussie the Fuel Boat. We also topped up our jerry cans.
This friendly man, Spike, told us about the Telegraph Bridge, which will be in next week's vlog. Join us next week for the story on that.
The beautiful countryside that this canal is famous for then opened up.
It was then a beautiful chug through the trees and eventually the short but beautiful Cowley Tunnel.
It looked particularly good when we looked behind us after exiting. Pretty sure that's sandstone, but my brother Henry will be able to confirm that in the comments, as he has a geology degree. No googling please, Henry. This meant we were now in Nosl. 10 points if you can guess what their favourite kind of pasta is here.
We got these moorings with rings and decided to go for a wander into the village to find a shop. Here are our Nosl diaries. So that's the end of today's cruise, and Tim, it's over to you for those all-important statistics.
Oh yes, it is. Thank you, Sam. Okay, so over the 2 days we did 12 miles and just the 2 locks, and that was all in 7 hours, thus meaning we had an average speed of 1.7 miles an hour. That now means our trip average is 1.62 miles an hour, and that means we have done 192 out of 269 miles.
So thank you very much for watching this video all the way to the end, and join us in next week's video as we enter the county of Shropshire on the Shropshire Union Canal, and it'll be Shrop until you drop as we take you round the town of Market Drayton.
So thank you very much again, guys, and remember, no matter what you do in life, you've got to keep chugging.